First, here's the news for previous projects I highlighted. Forsaken Castle officially ended just after hitting the Switch and Xbox goal, so we can look forward to that game late this year or early next year, on whatever platforms we may have. Other goals reached include an alternative campaign based around a mage who can transform into animals, and an alt campaign based around the protagonist being evil. Kinseed will also be ending soon, but has reached full funding. We'll have to wait to see what platforms it ultimately comes to, but Switch is the most popular request. Now onto my highlights. First up is Project Rap Rabbit, which was announced the day I rendered the mid-May video. I considered cancelling the rendering and adding it to the video. I had the time to do so, but I didn't feel confident in the project, their honesty, and their ability to fulfill their promises. I really still don't completely, but I think the game will release on the platform specified by funding if it is funded. But I don't think it will be funded. I do want to talk a little about it, because it is a great case study in how not to launch a Kickstarter, and the red flags potential backers should be wary of. For those unaware, it is a rhythm game like Rhythm Heaven or Space Channel, by the creators of Parappa the Rapper, starring a rapping rabbit samurai. It sounds like a great concept for rhythm game fans, and the first stretch goal is now for Switch. I say now because it used to be the crazy stretch goal, and they completely restructured the stretch goals after receiving a very bad reception due to the red flags. The biggest mistake they made was showing no gameplay at all. Something Mighty No. 9 and Red Ash also failed to do. Showing gameplay is a sign of good faith that the game will be completed and has some semblance of actual planning and is more than just a pie-in-the-sky concept. Especially after Inafune's projects, you want to show you've at least invested yourself enough to get your toe wet. If you plan to put a game on Kickstarter, you want to be damn sure you at least have the tiniest environment to move an avatar through, or program in a polished-looking dialogue scene that is running and requires active input to move through. The game can literally start directly in dialogue and end a few text boxes later. It will be better than nothing at all. Computer-generated movies, videos, and concept art are not acceptable substitutes and reflect that you haven't put any serious thought into the project you are asking money for. The second thing is, wow, they are asking a lot for a rhythm game. When Shovel Knight and 3 additional campaigns can be made for a fraction of this game's base goal, you have to ask, where's the money going to fund a rhythm game with 8 songs? Yes, Yacht Club Game did underestimate how much they needed and their abilities. But the same is true for Shantae, Bloodstained, and basically every Kickstarter. You can't see where the money is going though. They don't have a breakdown. So I have to ask, do these big name guys think their dicks are so big they are asking ridiculous compensation? Are they incompetent in not hemorrhaging money? Are they conservative to the point that it is literally a disability crippling them? Are they afraid the game won't sell and are trying to make those profits with the base goal? What does this short rhythm game cost $1 million to make? Something is very not right with their accounting. Many can port to other consoles with little experience and resources, so really, why are the porting goals in increments of 500,000? Why was the Switch version originally a bundled stretch goal with additional modes? Those should have been 2 different goals separated by increments of expensive $500,000 development blocks. And God, can you tell us what these Japanese guys are thinking, asking for European money and putting their stretch goals in dollars? The last time this many currencies were involved, my Nigerian uncle, Kwas removed, left me that 20 million I'm still waiting to clear customs. Potential backers and anyone considering Kickstarter, take note, don't make these same mistakes. If this project fails, I hope they try again after starting work on the game and figuring out why they are losing money and plug that hole. Path to Dice may be best described as an arcade-style samurai simulator with a top-down Zelda kind of perspective. You go through areas finding other samurai and have to enter into semi-strategic sword fights, using the right camera stick to expose them, and strike a mortal blow. If this project is funded, the developers wish to port the game to gaming devices, including Switch. Metroidvanias are becoming more and more popular, and here we have another called Unformed, that borrows from Chinese mythology and slow burn horror. I really love the art style this one has. I think it will turn out to be one of the better Metroidvanias, and they would like to bring it to dedicated gaming devices. I don't think Blasphemous is my thing. I've never been drawn to hyper-violent for the sake of being hyper-violent things, and that is the impression I get from it. But other people can better appreciate such things, and that is fine. If heavy violence because something can be violent is something you can enjoy, this looks like a great action platformer. The sprites are detailed and it has a very fluid look. I can totally understand how this could attract a following, and they also would like to bring it to gaming devices like Switch and PS4. Swapfire is another game, and actually a sequel to a Wii U arcade FPS released late 2016. I hadn't heard of it either. Their goal is to expand and improve everything the first game did, and bring it to Switch, and they have additional investors who want to see demand for the game on Kickstarter before committing to funding the majority of the game. This game is differentiated by the overarching mechanic that getting a shot swaps your location with the person who shot you, creating a manic frenzy through modes like Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, and Soccer. Next, we have Savage: Road to Darkness, which is a fluid, hand-drawn action platformer starring a ninja crocodile. It looks really good, like you are playing a preteen and up cartoon. That's the Kickstarter stuff I have this month. There's a lot of good projects that actually are supposed to be coming to Switch, potentially.